What are you doing? Diana, stop it!
She won't take Daddy away anymore.
This is the most important thing happening in the Grimm universe right now, and nobody's breaking it down properly. Peacock's developing a Grimm reboot. The original showrunners are back. David Giuntoli has already sat down with the new writer, and if you paid attention to that series finale flash forward, you already know exactly where this story's headed.
Do this. A bear, cougar, wolf. This is the only track we found.
This is not your average cop show.
Diana, Kelly, the triplets, the next generation of Grimm. When Grimm ended on March 2017, after 6 seasons and 123 episodes, the creators did something very deliberate. They didn't just wrap up Nick Birkhart's story, they opened a door. David Greenwalt told The Hollywood Reporter, "Our ending was deliberately very fairy tale-esque. We like to think our characters just kept on going and never died." That right there is the key to understanding everything about this reboot.
Kelly, get out of here.
Because that finale didn't end in the present, it jumped 20 years into the future. And when it did, we heard a voice from a grown man saying,
"Some will say it's just a myth, legend, or fairy tale, but I know it's true because my father told me so."
That man was Kelly Schade-Burkhardt, Nick's son, the new Grimm. Standing right beside him was an adult Diana, grabbing Zerstörer's staff and telling him,
"Hey, we've got Wesen to kill. The triplets are coming too."
it was time to hunt Wesen alongside their parents, Monroe, Rosalee, and the triplets. Jim Koof summed it up perfectly. They're all just one big, happy family, fighting evil together. Subscribe to Grimm Rewind and join the family. We drop new Grimm content every week. Now here's where it gets really interesting for the reboot. Kelly Burkhardt isn't just any Grimm. Think about his genetics for a second. His father is Nick Birkhart, a Grimm who was enhanced by both a zombie virus and Jinnamuru Shunte fly toxin throughout the series. His mother is Adeline Schade, a full Hexenbeast,
That wasn't a suggestion.
who regained her powers through dark ritual.
You have been accepted.
Kelly is a hybrid that probably didn't exist before in the entire Grimm mythology. Fans have been debating this for years. The coolest theory floating around is that Kelly could be what people are calling a Zauber Grimm, someone with both Grimm abilities to see Wesen for what they truly are and Hexenbeast telekinesis, or some variation of it. That's not just a new Grimm, that's a new kind of Grimm. And if the reboot's smart, that's the foundation they build on. But Kelly isn't even the most powerful piece on this chessboard. That title belongs to his half-sister. Diana Schade-Renard was born in March 2014, the daughter of Adeline and Captain Sean Renard.
Daddy,
She's 3/4 Hexenbeast, 1/4 human. And because Adeline underwent the Contaminatio Ritualis while Diana was still in the womb, Diana was born with abilities far beyond anything a normal Hexenbeast could ever achieve. She came into the world full term at only 6 months. She was telekinetically killing people before she could read. By the series finale, she had grown into something that Sacha Roys himself described as so much more than their daughter. She is definitely a very strategic pawn in this whole mythology. She's proven to be someone who's gifted and has a significant amount of power. There's a reason she was named after the Roman goddess of the hunt, the moon, and birthing. Diana means heavenly or divine in Italian. That's not just a cute Easter egg, that's foreshadowing. Here's a detail that most people overlook. Diana appeared to be aware of the timeline reset in the finale. When Nick and Eve first came through the mirror, Diana said, "You're not a Hexenbeast anymore." But after Nick reset the timeline and returned to that same moment, Diana told Eve that she was a Hexenbeast again. She sensed the shift. She remembered. Nobody else did. If the reboot picks up on this thread, Diana isn't just powerful. She's cosmically aware, in a way that could drive an entire series arc. Then there are the triplets.
Well, this is a surprise. There is a third heartbeat.
Three?
Monroe and Rosalee's children carry their own fascinating mystery. According to Wesen genetics, as explained in the show, offspring of a mixed species Wesen couple would be a Vorherrschen, a German word meaning prevalence. One parent's species dominates, and each child expresses as either full Fuchsbau or full Bluthbad. With triplets, you could have any combination. Imagine 3 siblings where one is a cunning fox-like Fuchsbau, another is a fierce wolf-like Bluthbad, and the third could go either way. That's instant character drama built right into the DNA.
Hey. Rosalee?
You shouldn't have done that.
And remember, Diana sensed the triplets before anyone else knew Rosalee was carrying more than one baby.
No, not a baby.
What?
Oh, God.
More than one.
I'm guessing we didn't know this.
How many more?
I don't know. Just more.
So picture the team the reboot could assemble. Kelly, a Grimm Hexenbeast hybrid with abilities we've never seen before. Diana, a cosmically powerful being who may remember things across timelines. And 3 Wesen siblings who grew up inside the Grimm world, trained by Monroe and Rosalee, who spent years fighting alongside Nick. That's not a reboot, that's an evolution. Now let's talk about what we actually know is happening behind the scenes. In January 2025, Deadline reported that Peacock was developing a Grimm reboot. Josh Berman, the creator of Drop Dead Diva, is writing the script. And he's not doing it alone. David Greenwalt and Jim Koof, the original co-creators and showrunners, are executive producing. This isn't some disconnected cash grab. The architects of the original mythology are in the room. By February 2025, Peacock officially confirmed it as a movie project, a standalone reboot film set in the same universe as the show. The plan is for it to introduce new characters while maintaining connections to the original series for longtime fans. And if the movie works, it launches a full franchise for Peacock. Then, in August 2025, Elizabeth Tulloch dropped the real bombshell. She confirmed that David Giuntoli had already met with the creative team. Her exact words were,
Obviously, I don't think they would do a reboot or a spinoff or whatever it's going to be without David's involvement.
She also revealed the development strategy. All I've heard is that it would initially be a movie, and then if the movie works, it would be a series. Tulloch herself said she'd be open to returning, but with a caveat. I think it would depend on the script, what their vision is for the character. Smart answer from someone who spent 6 seasons building Juliet into Eve.
Oh, that's right.
Here's what makes this attempt different from the one that failed. Back in 2018, NBC tried a spin-off with Iron Fist writer Melissa Glenn, centered on a new female Grimm. It never made it past development. That project didn't have Greenwalt and Koof, it didn't have Giuntoli's involvement, and it didn't have the built-in launch pad of that 20-year flash forward. This time, the original creative DNA is intact, the original star is engaged, and the finale literally wrote the sequel's premise. Greenwalt said it himself, "We wanted to come full circle and also take things into the future. I think fans had a right to expect us to do that." The Grimm universe spent over $315 million filming in Portland, across 7 years of production, impacting nearly 3,000 jobs. It was one of the highest-rated Friday night shows in television history. The audience is there, the mythology is there, and most importantly, the next generation of characters is already there, waiting in that flash forward like a promise the creators made 8 years ago. Kelly Burkhardt picked up that book. Diana grabbed the staff. The triplets stood ready. Greenwalt and Koof planted those seeds, knowing exactly what they were doing. And now, finally, it looks like someone's going to let them grow. The only question left is whether the reboot will be brave enough to let the next generation lead, or whether it'll play it safe and keep Nick in the spotlight. Either way, the Birkhart bloodline continues. And honestly, that's the best news Grimm fans have gotten since 2017.